President Trump scheduled to meet with Xi Jinping in Beijing next week. He is optimistic.
Mr. President, is your trip with China still going ahead?
Yeah.
Which company is you
I have a very good relationship with President Xi. We've had a great economic time. China's been great for us economically, but not for other presidents. But we've done very well with China. We're going to have a meeting with President Xi. It's going to be, I think, quite amazing. He's been a friend of mine. I've gotten along with him very well over the years. We have had no problem, and we've had no problem with China and Iran. And everybody said, "Oh, China, China." We've had no problem with China.
Michael Pillsbury is a China expert and joins me now. Michael, the Iran war continues. I'm sure President Trump wanted it over by the time he goes to Beijing, but right now it continues. So how does the war play into this meeting?
Well, the way the war plays into the meeting, Stuart, is very simple. Iran has lost its major backer. China, in some sense, is betraying Iran. They had President Trump put up a truth social tweet saying that Xi Jinping, President Xi, has promised not to arm Iran. It's not only that, it's all the things that China could have done to help Iran. A warning to President Trump, don't do this. A resolution at the UN Security Council, don't attack poor little Iran. China did nothing. In fact, if anything, the Chinese foreign minister convening a meeting with the Iranian foreign minister a couple of days ago, that's helping President Trump. The fact of having the summit in Pakistan, that shows China's influence on Pakistan. That's really China's best friend in the world is the Pakistanis. So this is a total betrayal of Iran that the Chinese are offering up as I think is a message to President Trump. We want this summit to succeed, and we want to do business. We want to increase the U.S. economic growth rate. China couldn't be more positive. And from what we've heard, President Trump's going to bring a lot of CEOs with him looking toward increasing American exports or American investment in China. So this is a real problem for the China hawks who say China's our enemy, China's committing genocide out in Western China. This puts them on a dilemma now. Here's President Trump doing all this, yet they're still continuing to call China sort of like Nazis and Hitler and a monster country. It's a real dilemma for China hawks.
But in return for some lessening of the help that China gives to Iran, in return for that, will China expect concessions from President Trump on Taiwan?
They can always hope. They've been raising it all over the world, that they claim every country that recognizes China has agreed that Taiwan is a part of China. That's just not true. All the major countries, Japan, United Kingdom, United States, have never said Taiwan's a part of China. They've all said we acknowledge that China thinks that Taiwan's a part of China. So China wants to change this. They want to get an explicit pledge that the United States opposes and is against Taiwan independence. They want to stop the ambiguity. I don't think President Trump can do that. It would be a message to the world that would be not good, that the Americans can't keep their commitment. But it's definitely on the table with the Chinese, some kind of concession from Mr. Trump that Taiwan's a part of China. Also, since the very beginning, since Dr. Kissinger and Nixon, the American government has tried to avoid this topic. You'll never get an American official to say whether Taiwan belongs to China or not. We keep it ambiguous. Okay. So that's where the Chinese would like to make progress. I don't think they will.
It sounds like you're saying that Trump's going into China with a position of strength here, and yet China describes America as a giant with a limp. What do you make of that?
I think there's a domestic audience in China. They have power struggles. Frankly, they kill each other at the top. This is a very sensitive issue. Is China being bullied or somehow tricked by President Trump? So we have to expect a lot of very demeaning, belittling language coming out of the Chinese. Okay. That America's weak, it's going to collapse. My friend Gordon Chang, I say, Gordon, you have your counterpart in Beijing who's saying America is going to collapse soon. There's no American economic growth. Gordon doesn't like to hear that, but I think it's true. There are hardliners in Beijing who oppose Xi Jinping making any concessions.
I'm sorry, Michael, I'm out of time. I could talk to you all day about this, but we appreciate you being here.